Hey everybody, this is Brian Germain. I've been asked to run an experiment to see if I can combine VR and green screen so you can see the motions of my hands and where I'm looking. And I thought it would be really useful for a lot of different purposes, although after the fact I realized, oh, but if I do that without a hat on, my hair looks ridiculous. Is that a bald spot? So basically what I wanted to get across with this video jumping into the ranch was that you have to look around a lot, and especially if you're spiraling. Anytime you turn, you look before you turn, and you look into that turn. And if you stay forward in the harness as opposed to leaning back, then you don't have the obstruction of your risers to sort of limit your view, and you can see a lot more. So this is not unrealistic for the amount that I'm looking around for the traffic. Big drop zones with lots of people in the air at the same time requires a different way to fly. You can't just look at the rudimentary focus points like, I face into the wind, what's my glide ratio, and how much am I sliding sideways. That's all part of your package, of what you're aware of. But you got to look for the traffic. So here I'm kind of setting myself up, about 1,200 feet now, getting myself into a pre-base leg to fly a 4-point pattern. And I'm still looking for all that traffic as I fly across the wind line. There is a little bit of wind. I remember it's about 6 mile an hour wind here. And so I've got a little bit of a crab angle to move my ground track to kind of perpendicular to the wind flow, or to the wind. So I'm now headed downwind looking for traffic still up and right. So in this case, a left-hand pattern, you do a lot of looking up and to the right, opposite to where the target is. And now I'm turning into my base leg, and look, there's some traffic. So I was set up to hit the target, but because he's there, I'm going to make a choice. I can cut in front of him and then get yelled at, or rather than being rude and cutting somebody off, I'm going to turn myself a little bit away and then back in. So now I'm set up to at least not overfly where he's going. And I'm going to, make sure I'm off to the side, but don't put myself at risk by being too close to the fence and building on the left. I am steering with my toggles because SkydiVR doesn't allow for harness turning yet, but it will. And so you make those little corrections on the harness, point yourself into the wind, and don't be behind other jumpers. Extremely important, so you have clean airflow for your flare.
Nice.
Hello, my name is Brian Germain. Perhaps you've heard my voice on YouTube or even seen my face. I teach flight. And one of the things you'll see a lot of on YouTube is me flying in formation with other parachutes. It's my favorite thing to do. And so I figured I should make a video helping people to do this safely and effectively. So we call this parachute formation flying together. The first thing you got to ask is, why? Why fly in close proximity? It certainly increases the risks. You've got somebody to bump into. So we have to weigh that risk against the value of it. So first of all, you become more comfortable with being close to other canopies. We also have to learn the precise results of your inputs. There's also just sort of a general confidence that happens when you put yourself in a situation where you stop thinking so much and you just sort of start flying and reacting. You develop a confidence that you're going to take with you in everything you do with your parachute. Being too timid is just as dangerous as not being timid enough. My most important goal when I'm teaching parachute flight is to promote enjoyment. Because if you're enjoying yourself, you're in your sort of happy place, and as a result, you're going to have your athletic skill. You're going to have the ability to really explore your parachute in a way that only joy would lead to. You know, fear causes us to close down and try less, but you got to experiment. You have to play around with your parachute in a way that is creative and open-minded. And flying in formation definitely promotes that. Yeah, the first time you do it, maybe you'll be a little worried, but soon afterwards, you'll get very comfortable, especially if you stay with a partner that you trust and try different things. So let's talk safety, number one. And I'm gonna go get me a target.
As I quest to behold, across the great divide, I've been drifting on the sea, in search of the truth. Breathing me into the dream. Oh, great